Now, who is consorting with the bride? It's interesting because we have the lamb on the bride of the lamb or the bride of Christ coming down, but we also have interesting mention of 144,000. So these particular people are mentioned in Revelation 7 and onwards of these particular sealed uh, elect from the tribes of Israel. So I heard the number of those who were sealed 144,000 from all the tribes of Israel. So the Revelation chapter 7. And who are they? We get some description of them. But here's the most interesting one is these are those who did not defile themselves with women, for they remained virgins. So this again, in which a sexual status becomes very important for how these elect men understood are described. So we have in the perspective of heteronormative, right, heterosexual frame for the for the revelation of John, we have these 144,000 because they did not defile themselves with women. They are virginal men, and then therefore they are pure, right? They have never, as opposed to the kings of the earth, their contrast, right? They have never allied themselves with the whore of Babylon. They haven't engaged in commerce with her. They are not corrupted by fornication, sexual impurity, or immorality. And so they are pure. And so then they become those who can be citizens within the pure bride of Christ, right? So we have both this strange both and in which we have the New Jerusalem as the bride, the Christ or the Lamb as the bridegroom. But then we also have these 144,000 who are also presented as pure and virginal in a masculine and feminized understanding of who this group of elect are and who this ideal population is going to be in this new heaven and new earth. And there's also a calling forth of God's people in Revelation 18, referring to the whore of Babylon, come out of her, my people, so that you do not take part in her sins, so that you do not share in her plagues. So you are not contaminated, right? Whether through sexual immorality or disease or however else we want to understand this, right? There's a stress on leaving and coming out of Babylon. And yes, I do intend double entendre here when we're speaking, because they're withdrawing from the whore of Babylon. And then what are they supposed to do? They are supposed to enter the bride, the New Jerusalem. The nations will walk by its light, New Jerusalem. The kings of the earth will bring their splendor into it. And also, blessed are those who wash their robes. So these have white robes, like the 144,000. They may have the right to the tree of life and may go through the gates into the city, right? So that they're entering the city, entering the gates of the bride. And it is the author himself who is narrating it using this particular language of withdrawing, coming out, and then going in, right? Into these different women. We have two city women described in these ways, Babylon and the New Jerusalem. And then these men, whether kings of the earth or the 144,000, it seems not to matter whether they necessarily were with the bride, the whore of Babylon. So we have the kings of the earth bringing their splendor into it, even though they had fornicated with the whore of Babylon coming in, and also the 144,000 virginal men who are also to enter into the city, the New Jerusalem, the bride of the Lamb.